Hello to all my people, and if you're watching live, checking us out on YouTube, or listening on your favorite podcast provider, you are most definitely my people. Welcome to another episode of Botched Spots and Share Shots. I am your host, a chef by trade and mark by choice. I am the Will Gray, and joining me tonight, she is back from trivia. She's coming in tonight to talk business. She is the shaman of She Elite. She is the host of the She Elite Showcase Inside the Mind of, In the Crowd, and Story Time with Miss Katie Kinsey Bay. Katie, how are you tonight?
Sweating. It's so fucking hot.
We were discussing the church fan. I'm really excited about the fact that you broke it out for a good Sunday night.
Of course.
We're glad you're here. Talk business and not trivia. Break into it. Everybody's here so far. Dad Hat and Scows and Al. You know, everybody's boosting the algorithm. But also here, Nicole and AJ pop in as soon as I get ready to move on. But he is the co-host of Botched Spots and Share Shots and Nerdy New at 420. He is the co-host of NXT on Tap. He is the host of Boyfriend Time and the Wolfpack podcast. It's everybody's favorite Ginger Ninja Jax. Bo Jax, how the hell are you?
I'm doing fucking fantastic.
I'm glad you're here.
Great mood.
You're in a great mood? Just full-blown stony baloney ready to knock it out? And with that being said, he's doing his thing. I'm going to do mine. Perched upon the Iron Throne in the boss bitch's corner, she is the Beyonce to my Hova, the Bonnie to my Clyde. She is the brains behind Rivet City Radio. It's the boss bitch, Al. Al, how the hell are you?
I'm good. Had a lazy day, which was nice. Made some matzo ball soup.
It was delicious.
So
happy Passover.
Happy Passover.
Oh, holy shit. I'm going to appease the algorithmic gods. I forgot it's in the fridge. If you're watching live on youtube.com/Rivet City Radio, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment telling us how great we are, how terrible we sound. Either way, it helps the algorithm. Twitch.tv, it's free on twitch.tv/Rivet City Radio to do your thing. So follow us there. You can subscribe with the Amazon Prime subscription. We'll get to that later. We are ranked for the majority of 2024 on Apple Podcasts. So like us and follow us on Spotify and all that nonsense too. Ladies, talk amongst yourselves for just a second. I'll be right back.
Oh. Well.
He got a special drink for the show. Him and Jax both have one.
Jesus. Is this some Fallout shit?
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay. I was like,
not.
I watched an episode. I don't know anything about it.
Honestly, like, it's really good. I think he was like, you don't have to have watched or have played the games to understand this show. If you've played the games, there are like little Easter eggs in the show.
Okay.
Mike. Hello, Mike.
But yeah.
Me and Will
Yeah.
forgot something.
I also don't have Amazon Prime. So I was watching at my friend's house after my sister's wedding. So that could also.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I can assist you with the being able to watch.
That's all right. I have so much other shit I'm trying to watch.
But this is so good. It's only eight. It's only 8 episodes.
And I've already watched one.
Yeah. See?
Oh, here we go. They're back. Both back.
I run marathons. I should not be winded.
What did you drop down there?
I drop kicked the thing we keep our shoes in. I was like, fuck you, shoe thing. And I broke the door off of it like a madman. Twice. Broke doors. Fuck them. Let me regain my composure, ladies and gentlemen.
Take a breath, my guy.
I'm ready. I'm rocking and rolling. Why, though? You know why? Where'd it go? There it is. Because we're going to try Iron Brew. The way this was described to me, it's like the most popular soda in Scotland. And it's apparently like the Scottish Dr. Pepper.
This is the best thing in the world to me.
An amazing set of movies. What movies?
They're talking about
What fucking movies are we talking about? It's terrible, Will. It's not
They're talking
terrible.
about Transformers in the chat while you two are talking about Iron Brew.
Iron Brew.
Have y'all ever seen The Angry Scotsman?
Maybe.
Look up The Angry Scotsman and you'll get the Iron Brew references.
Whoa.
I've
Carbonated
heard
soft drink.
heard of it before.
Serve cool.
Serves cool.
Citric acid, so it's lots of citrus. Let's taste it.
I shouldn't be drinking it anymore because that's so much sugar. But I don't give a shit. It's amazing.
Nicole said it's carbonated ass, so I don't know who to believe now.
Magic at TV.
No way.
Whoa, what just happened?
Pick me.
Now Katie's turn.
Imagine. If that happened, holy shit.
That's fucking awful.
Oh, so
I think
carbonated
it's
ass.
fucking great.
It's like overly it's like cream soda, but there's too much syrup
Citrus.
in it.
Ew,
It's
I
like-
hate cream soda.
It's orange cream soda is what it tastes like. And it's not bad. I don't hate it.
It's
Thank
fucking
you.
awful.
I don't think it tastes bad.
Shut
Never drink this. It's fucking awful.
Whoa.
I won't. Don't worry.
All right. Now that we're
Now
through
get that out of the
the
way.
festive part of
That's
the show.
That's the drink of Nicole's people.
Wow. Tastes like a dreamsicle? Sort of, yeah. That's kind of along the lines of what I would say it tastes like. Yeah, that's a great analogy.
If you
Scouts.
drank dreamsicle syrup straight out of the syrup bottle.
It was
Fuck
delicious.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. All right. Everyone on the panel. That's the question that we always start with. What has you pissed off for greatness? What has you the most worked up this week in pro wrestling? You've all done this before. You know I will call names if need be. What you guys got for me this week?
I think the way that they're doing the draft is kind of weird. That like only certain people were available on Friday to be drafted. Like that's just dumb. I don't know. I just thought it was weird. Like, oh, you can only pick from these people. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. Every year they do it, they make it weird.
They do it differently every time.
Every fucking time.
Scout says it's so you get big names drafted on both nights.
Yeah, but I mean,
Self bets here. Good to see you, John.
it's obviously a predetermined situation. It's not like a real
Okay.
draft. So
What?
like, what the fuck does it matter if only certain people are available on certain nights? Like, you just don't draft those fucking people on Friday. You wait till Monday.
And we all know the mantra around here. That is, brand splits aren't real. And what? You remember the other part, Al? Giraffes don't matter.
Giraffes.
Whoa.
Brand split.
What you got against giraffes?
I just feel like I made a big stink of it last year because around this time last year, they announced the World Heavyweight Title Tournament, and it was going to be for Raw because Roman was drafted to SmackDown, right? And then, like, right before everything took effect, they were like, oh, yeah, by the way, Raw and SmackDown superstars have a chance to win this title. Like, what? That makes no sense. It literally takes everything out of it. Scout says kayfabe
Well,
out.
A
Kayfabe.
Raw superstar
Hi,
technically
Bridget.
did win a SmackDown's title with
But
Cody
that-
Rhodes.
What's
But now
up,
he's on
Ty?
SmackDown.
Oh, that'll.
Not yet.
No, well, no, because since he won the SmackDown title, he's staying on SmackDown.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
champions are sealed.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's the equivalent of Cody being drafted to USA Network starting in October.
Got it. Like, just by the people drafted on Friday, like, I can tell you, like, where a bunch of other people are going to go. Like, Becky is obviously going to Raw.
Well, she has the title, so she's automatically on Raw. So
Right.
we knew Seth was going to be going
Okay,
to
but-
Raw.
But, like, also, the Street Profits will be on SmackDown. Charlotte will be on SmackDown.
Kayfabe, Al.
Yeah, Alice.
I'm just saying. I did like that, like, nobody wanted the Bloodline.
Well, yeah, because they're fucking disruptive and terrible.
I thought that was, I did like that. I thought that was great.
I just poured Dr. Pepper down the front of my shirt. That was cool.
Oh, that's not how you're supposed to drink that. That's kind of
Yeah. So that's my first day on the job. Montez, my wife's husband. I can agree with that sentiment.
Now
Bianca is the bee's
we always
knees.
say like Ricochet can't fight because Smith Irvin, but like Montez and Bianca can both fight, so like I'm fucked.
Listen, I would be willing to join them as a throuple.
Cody will stay on SmackDown to be on national TV, and Logan with the U.S. title U.S. title will go to Raw to be on Netflix because of the streaming service. They've already said the titles were locked in place, though.
Yeah, titles are locked.
Logan.
He'd have to win the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, U.S. title staying on SmackDown.
Yeah, so Logan's stuck on SmackDown. He can't change to go to the streaming service. Bo, Katie, what has either one of you pissed off your greatness?
Katie, would you like to go first? Because I got no problem, so I don't care.
Let's go for a second. Tony Khan.
Thank you for resubscribing, AJ.
Just as a person, like we all gave him props. You know, you wore your neck brace in the war room for the NFL draft. Props to you, my guy. That's all we wanted. But then you have, you're on national TV. You have the opportunity to like put over the Jaguars and JW. And what do? You say some stupid shit, and everyone gets mad at you again because you don't know how to take your foot out of your mouth. I can't stand why he's like this. Like, someone needs to put a shock collar underneath the neck brace. Anytime he starts saying stupid shit about comparing companies to terrible human beings, not the terrible person who used to run the company itself to a terrible human being, I want him to just be shocked like a dog.
I made a video about such a thing, and I brought up the legal definition of what it means to slander someone, because people were like, well, we know Vince, yada, 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 all the terrible things. He didn't slander anybody. Correction. Vince is no longer part of that company. Him attaching those things to WWE is very different than him attaching those things to specifically VKM. That's where Tony fucked up and crossed the line.
Also,
Mateo.
Also, Tony should not be throwing stones while he's living in a glass house too, bitch. Check out your roster. Try me.
People were throwing names. I saw them. I know exactly. Yeah.
Biggest one.
Not to mention the allegations that follow some of the other people.
I could go on. I will stop.
This is definitely getting brought up later in the episode towards the month end stuff, because Tony Khan definitely said some things and did some things this week. He was closing the month out strong, ladies and gents. Gitcho, Jess, we love you. We're glad you're here tonight, brother. It's good to see you.
Hello.
Bo, it's to you, my guy.
I'm pissed off with AEW's merchandise. Listen, I'm a hefty man. I like my chalky milk and my sour straws. When I go to a merch stand, what is so funny, Katie? You're making fun of my chunkiness?
It's the way you just chalky milk and sour straws.
Chalky milk.
Well, no, I love chocolate milk. It was the sour straws that kind of just threw me off.
There's more of you to love, Bubba.
It's an odd combination, too, but I get it.
I go to the merch stand and I wanted a scapegoat shirt. I'm a Jack Perry guy now. All right, Jack Perry, we are elite together, buddy. And I asked for a 3X. You walk to the box and you look back at me and you go, we have a 2X. What?
Bitch, did I stutter?
Like AEW's merch in a whole for their live events is lacking. And by the way, ain't no one in a right mind buying an $850 championship belt.
Which one is $850?
The AEW World Title is
Woo!
$850 at the stands.
Sweet Jesus.
Good Lord.
Does that mean people like Belt Collector Mike, who has it, does that mean he paid almost $900 for his replica?
If it's an authentic official made by AEW,
Yeah.
he paid online. He paid $7.99.
He had his made by someone else. I'm sorry, Bo. Didn't mean to interrupt. It came in as we were talking about it.
That's crazy, though.
$600 for the tag belts at World's End. That's still more expensive than a replica WWE title.
I was in a whole store where the most expensive belt wasn't even owned by WWE. It was owned by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because it was signed by Tom Brady.
Yeah. We also saw Al. We saw that one belt. It was $600, $599, and it had Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, a couple other guys that had all held the title. There were like 4 autos on it. And it was only like $600.
It's $850.
He can get 4 prostitutes of various ethnicities in Orlando for that price. Bo, that's down by you.
Yeah, that is.
You can get one.
Or you can get one for look, guys, this is no longer a wrestling podcast. This is officially about the trading prices of street workers now. So let's start getting it going.
Dad Hat sent me something.
Dad Hat sent you a pissed off for greatness?
It's more like something Bronson Reed is pissed off about.
Okay, what has Jonah pissed off for greatness? He recently left the Botched Spots Hall of Fame by unblocking me on all social media. So shout out Jonah.
Sending fan mail to my home address is a big no-no. I will not respond, and I find it an invasion of privacy. My home is for my family. Send fan mail to WWE headquarters or the PC. What kind of fucking psychopath would send fan mail to someone's personal home? Like, that's a whole lot of fuck.
That's wild. That's beyond meeting somebody in the airport and trying to get them to sign your autos. Like, sending stuff to their personal home address is like beyond fucked up. We just asked a couple guys for the documentary recently what they thought when fans used their government names, as it were. And they said there was nothing creepier than when strangers would use their government name when they know they're not supposed to know it. Like when they would call them by their whole name from the crowd. It's like, holy shit, that's scary. Because that means they know who I am. And I'm like, even on the indies, it starts to get weird. Will didn't mind when I sent those used dildo to his address. That was because they were love tokens from our relationship tie. My pissed off for greatness this week, simply put, the National Wrestling Alliance and friend of the show, William Patrick Corbin, with the sincerest of my hearts, I plead to you, don't ever record a pay-per-view over 2 nights and then release it over 5 weeks of TV.
What the fuck?
The results for Hard to Kill have been out for almost 6 weeks since the pay-per-view happened, when we were supposed to watch it. You remember when we were supposed to watch it and we were like, we can't figure out why it's not live? Because they pre-taped it to do a bunch of Hard to Kill power episodes. Okay, so they took a 2-night TV taping and turned it into 6 hours of TV.
That's stupid.
So there's a cage match coming. Like, I have an interview sitting in my back pocket right now that I have to wait to release because I have to wait for this stuff to come out now. Because the results are there and I can see what's happening, but I can't get communication as to the order that it's coming out. So I'm just sitting on stuff. We were supposed to watch that cage match together. And then, because it hasn't happened yet. in kayfabe world, it's happening on Tuesday. It's just frustrating because I'm setting on content for work that I can't release yet because the way they did this taping fucks with the order of operations. This is surprising. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is the warden, Matt Ritter. There we go. Where'd he go? There he goes. Hi, Mateo.
Hi.
Fuck, Matt.
What are you doing?
I miss Jack's bow.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I really miss Jack's bow. So
I saw Abaddon last night.
Nice.
Thank you for the subscription, Bridget.
And
I can't escape. Ty says hi, Matt.
To be
Hi,
fair,
Ty.
I did hide a little tiny rack on the poster for today's show.
Did you?
I did.
I don't believe you.
Are you calling me a rat?
No,
No,
rack.
a rack. The rack.
Oh, the rat.
No,
I can
the
put the
person.
glasses on.
Oh my god, I see him.
I see it. Look, I'm going to put the screen up. I'm going to show you guys.
I didn't even know.
Ladies and gentlemen, finally the rack has come back to the Botched Spots. Oh, shit. Listen, Bestie, you need to be quiet now. Listen, this is our time. It's been a while. You know,
I love this guy.
Everyone
Fucking
loves the
spirit
rack.
animal.
Listen, Katie, you need to get on the rack train. What are we talking about, guys? How y'all doing?
I'm
What
doing
is
fucking fantastic now.
Brack,
Yeah.
what has you pissed off for greatness this week? I know
Mostly
the Matt
fact
Ritter
that Katie
side.
doesn't. Mostly it's just that Katie pretends like she doesn't love me.
Get out of here.
I think there's a lot of love here. See how hot and bothered she is? She got the fan back out. She was like, "Oh, the rack's here now."
No,
Ooh.
I've just been sweating. It's not like 80 degrees in here.
Listen, a lot of the women start sweating when the rack entered the room. It is not just you. It is okay. You can feel that.
Take it easy.
I start sweating when the rack comes into the room. Male or female, the rack has that.
Allison got all flush and quiet up there in the corner. I see her. Hi.
Hi.
See, Allison loves the rack. You need to just listen. What has the rack pissed off for greatness? The same thing the rack is always pissed off for greatness for. It is the wrestling community in general. All of the fighting and bickering and the bullshit. Why can't we all just come together and love the rack and send him titty pictures, male or female? You know, let's unite in DMing the rack titty pictures instead of fighting and squabbling over stupid shit.
Stupid shit.
Absolutely. Next is it's match of the week. Bragg, I don't know if you were prepared for these notes. I know that Matt Ritter may have read them, but I don't know if the rack's prepared. So, guys, do y'all have a match of the week? This won't necessarily have to be your match of the month when we get to the end of stuff. If you just remember watching one this week, that was just a banger. What was your match of the week? You're gonna go first, Katie?
Pick me. Well,
Okay.
it's both my match of the week and my match of the month because I didn't realize we were also doing a match of the week, but it fits because it happened on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Ilya Dragunov and Trick Williams. Trick Willie winning that NXT gold.
Great match.
I love that man so much. The crowd was shaking the fucking arena the camera was like that. It was crazy. On the Richter scale, like 7.6. And it was a damn good match. Like, that was probably the best match they've had.
Ty, who are you timing out? Bridget wants to know what's on your face, Mateo.
Oh, no, see, Mateo is not here, ladies and gentlemen. The rack is here. And if you know what the fuck you were talking about, you understand that we are two people that are completely different. The rack is the greatest thing to happen to podcasting. Matt Ritter is an idiot that nobody likes. We got Matt the fuck off the screen, Taekwon. What are you talking about? He's gone.
No Mas Mateo. Bo, you got a match of the week? You saw more wrestling live this week than any of the other four people in the room, and I know that for a fact. And that's hard because Katie pretty much watches wrestling 7 days a week. She's loaded.
My match of the week would happen to be the number one contender match for the Continental Championship for two reasons. I had no fucking clue what was going on in the arena. All it was people running into the ring. And two, I got to watch Will Ospreay and Jay White face off. I was like, all right, it doesn't stop at this moment.
You lucky son of a bitch. Matt doesn't watch a lot of New Japan. I'm not sure if the rack, as they say over on Smacking It Ronda, free shout outs. It's fan fiction. Rack, are you familiar at all with Will Ospreay and the such? Some of the Japanese superstars that are breaking into the American scene, the indies, if you will.
The only Will Ospreay the rack is familiar with is the one that does the squirting on the Pornhubs.
That's a different Will Ospreay, but go ahead.
Okay. No, I listen. The rack doesn't really watch wrestling. That's not what I am here for. That's not what I do. I do, however, have to catch a few things from here and there as Matt Ritter watches it. I do understand that idiot was like, "Oh, the audio is bad," and just shut the shit off before we got to the point in the show where the Swiss cheese met with the ocean spray and we had a nice, beautiful lunch together. So I cannot comment on that. You do not hate me. You do not hate me. You love me. I am fantastic. This is not a delusion. Taekwon. My match of the week is The Rack versus Taekwon, where I bent him over a couch and made him submit multiple times in the night. That you can find on the Rack's OnlyFans.
Oh, I've heard. All the free shout outs for the Rack's OnlyFans. Al? Al, you got a match of the week?
I have a worst match of the week.
What was the worst thing you watched this week?
The worst thing I watched this week was whatever that weird Rumble thing that happened on Dynamite.
The Gauntlet Challenge Super 3000 match?
Amazing.
Like, I didn't understand the rules.
No one did. I was there, didn't understand the rules.
I was there. I didn't know what was happening.
Listen, like I said, I was not able to pay attention to what was going on Dynamite, but is the Rack incorrect in assuming that the Ginger Ninja, his match of the week, is also the Boss Bitch's worst match of the week?
Yes. It's very disappointing.
Okay, I
Very
want
disappointing.
to make sure I just want to make sure I was on the same page. That is all.
She said that, and I was like, "Damn, that's crazy." Jax would just hype that up.
Well, it's funny because I also hate. No, I'm just kidding. It was funny to me because in the middle of that match, I was like, "Wait a second, this is labeled a gauntlet match, but there's not gauntlet match rules. It's not an over the top." I made a TikTok story about it because I was like, "It's like a battle royal, and a gauntlet match, and like." A falls count anywhere kind of situation, like no holds barred.
There's just a shit ton of people coming out in random intervals, and the first person to get a pinfall or submission won the match.
It was a gauntlet match.
Every 3 minutes, a superstar entered, but once a pinfall or submission occurred, the match was over. 21 wrestlers were set up to be in it, was the max limit. And yeah, what's up, Rack? What's going on?
I just love because I feel like we are overshadowing the fact that essentially in this situation, Jax Bo and Allison are Eskimo brothers, and Jax Bo is like, "That is the best pussy I've ever had," and Allison's like, "That pussy was trash."
Yes, that's exactly what is happening.
Okay.
Huh. I wonder if there's anybody I could have that conversation with. That's a podcast.
Trust me, Will,
dream.
from what the Rack knows about you, I'm sure there is.
Oh God, there. Well, who was it? JoJo Siwa that was like, my dream podcast guest would be one of my exes. Like, that's terrifying to think about as we boil down to it. Okay, yeah, that PTSD.
Taiwan, we're not trying to crack smiles. We're trying to crack open that ass.
Al, you ready to go for yours?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, this is fantastic. If the Rack loves anything, it's a stupid white man.
And woman. I added Ronda in.
White man and woman.
A white man.
So we're going to start with the Rousey today.
Great.
Yeah. Dude, I know. Like, it's just, that's why she's the female Ryback.
Don't put it up on screen.
It's
Thank
not
you,
a
Katie.
picture of her. I'm not. Don't put it on
No,
screen.
I'm talking to Will about the chat.
Taekwon's. As soon as I saw the comment, I started reading it, and Katie said to me, "Don't put it on screen."
As long
I
as
have-
it's all over my face, you go right for it.
I
Oh.
have to monitor all of it.
Can you make that bigger?
All of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna make
All
it
the time.
bigger.
That's what she said.
It's gonna cover us up, but it's okay.
That's also what she said.
There you go.
Thank you, Allison.
So Rhonda is currently bitching about everything she wants to bitch about. She said that the only reason she lost to Holly Holmes was because of a concussion. But she's also saying that once she lost, everyone turned on her. It was really disappointing to see how happily everybody turned on me and how people like Joe Rogan, who, I mean, let's just be fair. Like, he's a piece of shit.
That's
Who
your
were-
personal opinion.
Who were crying in the ring about the honor of being able to call my fights. People I consider friends in the media so quickly turned on me. I'm also kind of grateful for it in a way because it forced me to separate other people's perception of me from my own perception of myself. Cool, Rhonda.
Can she just stop talking?
Right?
I don't know who keeps interviewing this stupid bitch. I don't know who keeps giving her the time of day. Take away all platforms of her to bitch about. We don't care. You got your ass beat quick by Holly Holmes, bro. Take it like a man. Take it like a strong woman, even. Don't bitch and complain about it. Oh, you can get tough shit. I've seen people's legs get broken in UFC and still continue if they can. Like, fuck you. I hate her.
As far as Ryback this week, he wasn't actually crazy and actually did a good thing.
No way.
One of his neighbors, so Ryback was out walking his dogs, and he has, of course, like little frou-frou dogs. He's got
Ankle biters.
French bulldog. He has a French bulldog and something else.
Did he buy them from Route 4 Kennels?
No, but he should have.
Jesus Christ.
Al is the Delulu one.
No. But like he helped
Yeah.
he helped someone find their lost dog, which was really nice.
Are
That's
you
cool.
sure?
That's nice of
Steals the
him.
dog.
Even a squirrel finds a nut or whatever.
There's photo evidence, but yeah, because he was walking his dog, and this man came up to him and asked, "Hey, have you seen my dog?" And then, you know, as he was walking, he saw the dog, and he found the guy and gave him back his dog.
Now, how do we know that Ryback didn't steal the dog?
I mean,
And
that
then
is
was
fair.
like, oh, hey, guess what? I found your dog. It's crazy.
That is fair, but I will give him props. He did actually do something nice this week.
I think that there's something there. I've never thought about the fact that we could steal dogs for ransom.
Oh, yeah. Especially like little frou-frous.
That's a movie.
That's multiple movies.
That's a movie somewhere.
What? Somebody stealing somebody's dog for ransom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
rich,
dude.
like rich
Movie,
witty
bro.
witty people, you steal their dog when they care about that dog more than anything in the world.
That's
Take
a
that
romantic
dog.
compliment.
Rack, have you ever stolen a dog?
The Rack has never stolen a dog. The Rack has stolen a person and then held them in a hole in the basement. And then while holding their
Right,
dog,
right.
No, Bill,
Right.
chill.
yes,
Right. We've had this conversation. You can't tell people about your side gig.
You got people in your basement?
listen, it was
No,
role
no,
play,
sir,
all
no.
right. It was role playing. She was in on it. She was cool with it. She put the
In the
lotion on the Rack's
sense
skin.
of
It
the
was all.
lens
It was
You,
all
you have to
consensual.
say the disclaimer before you tell the story, though.
I don't usually have to use the trigger warning here, but you know, just in case the Rack's here tonight. You never know.
So-
I mean, Taekwon's getting real good service in that basement.
He really is.
Wow.
my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
HR done said, it's not the rule book.
HR's like, it's all, I don't even know. I don't even close the notebook up. The rest of the show's gone now.
On the Ryback thing, one of the Rack's favorite Amsterdamians, the Alistair Black, His music said something along the lines of "No man is ever truly good, no man is ever truly evil," something along those lines. So, like, yes, on occasion, Ryback could do something nice once in his life. Like, you know, a broken clock is right twice a day. All the dumb sayings that people say, that shit is, you know, there's a reason for it. Ronda just seems like she thinks she's better at the professional wrestling than she really is, and she's not happy that no one agrees with her.
That bitch sucked.
She was pretty terrible. She's pretty
Kick
terrible.
rocks and flip flops, bitch. I don't care.
That sounds painful.
I hate her.
She made people not like my favorite wrestler for a while.
Oh yeah, there's still some heyday stuff working there where it's like who said what, where, why, and when, and the who and why are no longer on the roster anymore.
Oh, is that a certain person who got blown up by Tony D'Angelo?
Yeah, the family took care of him. That's what I gathered from NXT a few weeks ago. The family made sure that he was gone. He's not grabbing on no more drawstrings, if you know what I'm saying.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Al, this is your shit show now.
Yeah.
Was it not Al's shit show the last segment as well?
The last, I guess this week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like fucking 40% of the show is Al's. 20% is Bo's, 40% is mine. The way the segments are divided up. But we don't look at it like that. It's a menage a trois.
You need more.
Bo, do you want another segment?
Don't put that hard work on me.
Don't put that evil on me.
I'm just saying, Bo,
listen, I'm not
30%.
shooting to be valedictorian here. I'm shooting just to graduate.
Like he's like 3 of 3 means no matter what, I make podium here.
Yeah, buddy. I get to stand higher than the other one. I'm not getting picked last for dodgeball anymore.
Also, Katie, if Taekwondo does say something like that, we need to put it on the screen. So if it actually happens, we have proof when we prosecute.
True.
No.
Yes. See, I'm just saying.
Can you prosecute if he's trying to escape?
He's not trying to escape. Trust me. If he wanted to leave, he could leave at any time. Again, consensual.
Okay. Consensual is the key word there, ladies and gentlemen. Consensual.
This is your show now, Al. This is your piece of the pie now.
So after months and months and months and months of waiting for a fucking contract, Drew McIntyre has finally re-signed with the WWE, and he got a little special gift from The Rock.
He got
a fucking giant sword. He got a new Angela.
It's big. It was so big.
William Wallace, you can't take my freedom.
Yeah, Drew.
Who is overcompensating in this situation? Is it Drew or is it Dwayne? Which one is the one that is coming up a little short and needed the giant sword?
Yes.
Well,
was that part of his contract? Was, hey, I want a big giant fucking sword?
No, I think it was like something between him and Dwayne was like, "Oh, like when you resign, I'll give you this big ass sword."
Is that the one that Dwayne used in that Conan the Barbarian movie no one watched?
Probably.
sure.
Yep, sure is. You
Okay.
heard it here first, ladies and gents.
I thought it was from Hercules. The other one
That one too. Whatever movie he was in.
When he was the Scorpion King, guys, remember the shitty CGI for that one where he was half rock, half scorpion?
Listen, I saw that movie for one reason and one reason only, and that's because The Rock was mostly naked through the whole thing.
Weren't you like 9 when that movie came out?
No.
No.
The Rack was watching mostly naked people at 9. What is wrong with that?
Well, the Rack, wherever you come from, Rack, like I'm sure it's normal for 9-year-olds to do whatever the fuck you were doing at 9 years old. You're from Chicago. Things are different that far north.
So Scorpion King came out in 2002 when I was 16 years old.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense. Also watching naked people kind of young.
Mostly naked.
So partial wrestling, partial therapy.
I mean, basically.
All right.
Man, I watched Survivor where the first guy to ever win it was a butt naked dude. So
Shout out to
there's
that.
that.
Richard.
We're watching. We're on Getting Off later, and I have notes about
She's
a
like, I
knife
have
fight.
notes.
I have notes about a knife fight with a naked lady. You need to watch that show
Oh,
tonight.
yeah. I was like,
My
wait,
notes
what was
literally
that,
have
What are y'all
notes talking
covering
about a
tonight?
naked lady with a knife fight.
What are we? What are they covering tonight? Listen, if by popular demand y'all want the Rack to host that show, the Rack can host that show. Just let the Rack know.
Popular
However,
demand.
Popular
Popular
demand.
demand.
That's 2, 3 out of 5. That's since
That's a
chat right
popular
now.
demand in
Vote.
the chat. Popular
Yeah.
demand.
Should
What
the,
we are
should
doing-
the
Oh, I
Rack
can't
be
wait to see
getting off
Reek's
tonight?
fucking face of this shit.
I can't wait to see Reek's face. I've been missing that baby boy. Anyway, what we are discussing tonight on the Getting Off is the Devil's Rejects trilogy. So it would be House of a Thousand Boners, The
Nope.
Devil's Rejects, and
Yep.
Three in the Hole, or whatever
Nope.
those movies are
Close.
called.
Almost there. You almost had
Nicole
it.
says yes. AJ, the official EVP of Rivet City Radio, says I want it. Rack. It's right there in the chat. People, thank y'all.
Bestie, we are back tonight, baby. Be happy.
Oh, that means Kate will be drinking tonight.
So is that that's 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 o'clock Central Time?
That is correct.
Yep.
At twitch.tv/Creation World.
All the free shout outs.
Oh, Lord.
What's next on your list, Al?
Next on my list, after Fightful Select reported that Finn Balor was expected to sign a long-term contract extension with WWE, Balor tweeted, "I have decided that now is the right time to say I ain't going nowhere," as part of a message thanking the company for 10 years. Per Fightful, Balor's current deal was going to be up in a couple of months. The new one is believed to be a multi-year big money offer. The site also heard Balor was among the potential free agents AEW was looking to sign this year.
Yeah.
Well,
yes. Why not?
Hydrate with your iron brew, Bo.
Iron Brew.
I've already drank
Iron
mine,
brew.
It's
Oh, I thought you were
I'll
like sipping on the sauce, Rack. Are you drinking a Sour Heads Ghost energy drink?
Yes, I am. It is
Iron
sugar-free
brew.
and natural caffeine.
Iron Brew. Iron Brew.
It's
I
a
think we need to get
dreamsicle
Jackson
cream
those 'cause
soda.
I think he fell asleep while Al was reading the news about contracts. Are you awake?
Or me, I'm high. as
Yes,
shit.
you motherfucker. Yes, Garth
I'm
Brooks
wide
with the
awake.
checkered background. What are you doing?
Listen, you don't make
All right,
fun
Katy
of
Perry,
my
calm
friends
down
in
there.
low places.
Listen, I love the Garth
You
Brooks.
just sit
Rack
down there.
Listen, the Rack is the biggest fan of serial killers. I'm all about the Garth Brooks. Let's do this.
www.com.org.
Wow, that's crazy.
All right, cool.
God
I'm
damn.
awake. You like that? You like that? Was a good one.
Did you not understand the shush, motherfucker?
No, I was telling you to shush.
Jeez.
Not me. I have this soundboard.
Oh, that's what Katie. She put that one up.
I don't have control in this fucking place.
Oh my lord.
All right, Finn Balor's contract. Finn Balor's contract. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Finn Balor. I'm glad he didn't go to AEW because I think he would get lost in the shuffle. And I know that's a really overused, parroted term, but I think that would be true for him. I also think that he's worth a long-term deal in WWE and should get at least one more major world title run. Y'all got any opinions on Mr. Balor?
I think all of the 5'4" sexy white men with accents should be on the same show, so send them to AEW.
I'm glad
That's an
actually
Adam
he's
Cole
gone.
joke, right?
Well, Adam Cole has the American accent. Will Ospreay has the London accent. Finn Balor has whatever accent he has. Irish, I
Irish,
think.
yeah.
Irish.
The land of the Ire. Yeah, no, like we do, just do all the things. Like send all the sexy little white men over there with all the different accents and let them beat the shit out of each other for fun. It'll be great. Tell me, listen, I know you and I have talked about the bulge in Finn Balor's pants and the six-pack above it, all right?
I'm just wait. Dick Print Finn needs to make a comeback. I'm just waiting.
Dude, Prince Devitt's fucking rocking.
Dick
Like-
Print Finn.
Dick Print Finn.
Finn.
All right.
When
And
he-
then
you
just
remember when he
Right
used
now,
to
look at the look on Allison's face. She is looking at the dick print right now.
She's
No.
like, oh.
I saw that Jim Cornette was trending on Twitter.
Oh, what the
That's-
fuck?
Oh,
That is
did
never
you
good.
did you see why?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a real fucking bad decision. I swiftly unfollowed Mr. Cornette after that one.
I saw it, but I didn't see the full thing.
He had some things to say about Swerve.
The Swerve Kyle Fletcher match, and that I'll just leave it at that. He crossed many lines with the thumbnail that he chose to use for YouTube. And around here, we say wrestling is for everybody. And at the beginning of the show, when I say hello to all my people, it's for everyone. So once you start picking and singling people out, that's when you're no longer part of that group.
Yeah, that was something. Okay, anywho, fuck Jim Cornette.
I love you, Ty.
So we'll just
fuck Jim Cornette. I'll say it publicly.
She threw him off a bookshelf.
The look on Bo's face says he just found the thumbnail.
We're just gonna.
Yeah.
Has the rack seen it? Does the rack need to see it?
The rack does not need to see anything Jim Cornette. The rack has not ever needed to see anything Jim Cornette. Like most people in the business, the rack has seen Jim Cornette's wife, and that's all I need to see.
He's a cuckold. That's a Shakespearean term, meaning he's a man who likes to watch his wife have sex with other men.
Shakespearean term?
It is.
It also involves a bit of humiliation in the subject as well. It's not just the act of watching your wife have sex with someone else. You need to be humiliated while doing so for it to be proper cuckolding.
Don't explain the joke, Will. Sorry, Ty. I'll change the subject, please.
Jeff Hardy has been telling people his AEW deal expires this spring, according to Fightful Select. The site notes that the general belief was AEW would extend Hardy's contract into next year due to the time missed following his DUI arrest and from injuries, but as of late March, they have yet to do so.
Jimmy's here.
So Tommy
I'm
should
so excited.
Be watching Getting Off later.
Yeah, the Rack's hosting Getting Off later, Tommy. Repeat the last sentence. I'm sorry, Timmy threw the whole line off again. We almost made it through an entire
AEW hasn't extended his contract, even though they can.
We don't need him. Wrestling does not need Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy does not need wrestling. Jeff Hardy needs to go the fuck home and sit down. Same with that.
He is already falling down just on his own, not off of things, just in general, because he can barely stand. Like, let us end this. Also, chat, please. This is Allison's show. I appreciate the love. If you continue to interrupt her, the Rack will have to leave.
The Rack will go back just in the hole.
Simmer. Let Allison do her shit. All right, this isn't about me. But
it's always about you, Rack.
About the Rack.
He's been posting some really cryptic shit on his social medias with the new mask that he's making and some new face paint that he's working on, and it's all related to the Willow character. How do you guys think about like him maybe coming back with Broken Matt Hardy at some point as the Willow character, which is what they wanted to do with it originally?
Listen, if Jeff Hardy goes to TNA, I'm going to make sure that Matt gets a refund for that $1 on his YouTube.
Like, I'm sorry, I get it. The Hardys.
It's a good dollar to spend, buddy.
Did what they had to do in the business, and like the Broken Matt Hardy thing, and the found deletions led to some cool shit that we've got. It's time for the Hardys to pack it up and go home. It's like 2024 wrestling does not need the Hardy Boys or the Dudleys.
I love the Dudleys. They're my GOAT tag team.
I love Devon. Bubba Ray can kiss my ass.
Art person.
Oh, Bubba Ray just talks some shit to Piper Niven, and I don't like it.
Which one is Ned Stark? Somebody translate this for me. Is that Drew McIntyre?
I believe it is Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
Also,
Confirmed,
They
Drew
can be
McIntyre.
everyone's favorite tag team. I'm just saying we don't need them in 2024.
I also agree we don't need them in 2024. Sorry. Sansa's dad in Game of Thrones. I know who he was in Game of Thrones, Nicole.
he was a lot of people's father in Game of Thrones, just not Jon Snow's.
Edgelord Punk, but I like him more than Ned Stark. Bully and Piper are awesome. Dude, they've been going off on Twitter.
It's so funny. Honestly, though, I do think it is a work.
I just don't like him and his takes.
No, it's fair.
He's a jerk. I will give you that. He's an asshat.
Her comebacks are
gold. Oh, she's roasting him every chance she gets.
She is the queen of comebacks.
She is the queen of comebacks. She started going after somebody else too that like was chiming in.
She started going after that stupid fucking weird bald man who looks like a fish. That was Davon Evans.
Oh yeah, why are we talking about the Rack? He does not. You do not look like a fish, buddy.
Wow, I was not talking about the Rack. That's crazy. No, you guys know.
Jack Bo.
Yeah, Kevin Scampoli.
I don't even give his name the time of the day.
I can't even say his fucking name.
I have reported his Twitter multiple times, and that shit's still up, and I don't understand why.
Yeah,
because he's racist and sexist and a piece of garbage.
I hate those. Those are my worst. Those are like the worst personality traits to have.
Racist, sexist, and a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I would think that's the worst.
That's up there.
Some of the worst.
It's pretty much terrible. Terrible, if you will.
Terrible.
Reported all of his tweets. The Rack. What's next for you there, Al?
Next, TNA had at least preliminary discussions about bringing Tessa Blanchard back, per PW Insider. It's not clear if the company reached out to their former world champion, just that they talked about doing so.
Before you guys rip this to shreds, I'm changing the name of the episode to Things Wrestling Doesn't Need in 2024. Y'all go.
Is that because the Rack is here? Listen, racism is clearly alive in 2024 in professional wrestling. It is making a fucking comeback. Jim Cornette, Tessa Blanchard. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Why is this anyway?
Why are they trying to bring the Crimson Chin back into this business when she had an opportunity to right her wrongs and make it better? And what did she do with that opportunity? She shit on it because she's stupid.
I love you, Katie. Before we continue, Bridget said Taekwon showed me a video of a golden girl birthing a hand. Mae Young having with that moolah bitch. That may be the best two comments in Botched Spots and Share Shots history. A video of a golden girl birthing a hand with that moolah bitch.
All right, so listen. On the note of Tessa Blanchard, the Rack would not grace that chin with his seed, let alone TV time. That is all I have to say on that.
If she shows back up on TNA, I'm done watching. Period.
They will lose the little bit of following they have gained recently. They will lose it.
I'll like you could kiss a lot. I could see a lot of stars not wanting to do their off dates with, like, Namath being one of them, Ali being one of them. Like, all these ones that just dealt with bullshit in another company aren't going to want to go to a new company and deal with bullshit like that.
Yeah, like.
Can you confirm this, Ty? Do we know if Ricochet and Tessa Blanchard?
Yeah, they dated for a while.
Did they?
Oh, yeah. Ricochet.
What?
Years and years and years ago, but yeah.
I have no idea.
She's tickled that pickle.
Huh?
You know that if
got light skin in it, but that is.
So did one of the chicks.
Ricochet, and it does say Tessa Blanchard, and the first thing that comes up is Tessa Blanchard denies WWE Performance Center fight with ex-boyfriend Ricochet.
Yeah, you know, one of the Ninja Sex Party girls tickled the pickle too.
With Ricochet?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We do know about him in the gymnast, Katana Karma
Casey
or whatever the fuck her name is. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that there you go. I'm assuming that Tessa is the first one to stick something up Ricochet's ass, and that's where that started.
You got to start somewhere, bro. Everybody's got to be somebody's first.
Speaking of more things
In your ass?
Don't.
Oh. I'm sorry. The rack showed up. The show went off the rack. Went off the racks. Went off the rails.
More things that wrestling doesn't need in 2024. Variety notes that Chris Jericho's horror movie Dark Match will premiere later this year, and that Blue Finch Films has purchased worldwide distribution rights for the film.
I can guarantee you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. You will never see on the show Getting Off a horror movie starring, produced by, directed by, written by, or involving Chris Jericho in any way, shape, or motherfucking form.
Where did you get the headlines for today? Like,
I
are we
mean,
like living in a parallel universe?
There was not a whole lot of news this week.
I
That's
did
a
take a
good
couple
point.
really big headlines away from her in her defense that I saved for the end of the episode for the month and stuff so we could talk about them. So I know you're like, how are we not talking about this or this or this? It's because I'm going to wait to bring them up later so I can steal her thunder.
Stop it.
That's right, Chester.
Listen, the rack just had a That's So Raven vision. I don't know what the problem is.
So on to other things. Darby Allin might as well be indestructible at this point. He got hit by a motherfucking bus and still managed to go to a play.
He went to a Broadway play after getting hit by a fucking bus.
Oh my God, Matt's back.
I need to take my glasses off just for 1 second for this. I retract everything that I ever said about Brody King not hitting hard enough, because this man said he's the one driving the car that hit that bus. So no, shout out to him.
Hit Darby.
Whatever it was. Brody took credit for that. So yeah, no. I recant every negative statement I said about him.
Literally last night you were talking shit about Brody King, and then an hour after the show ended, I see Darby Allin gets hit by a bus while he already has a broken foot, possibly broke his nose. We all thought he was gonna die on Everest. He might die before he gets to Everest.
That would be a point.
He posted on Instagram that awkward moment when you're crossing the street in New York with a broken foot and get hit by a bus. At least I can have a good time with Raymond, whoever, and catch a Broadway show.
Like,
what if he's doing all of this so he doesn't have to climb Everest? What if he's like, oh shit, guys, I might die on that mountain. So instead, I'm going to intentionally do things that will hurt me so I don't have to climb the mountain.
I don't think anyone wants to get hit by a bus.
What's the opposite of a sadist? Somebody who wants to hurt
a
other
masochist.
people? A masochist.
Masochist?
Yeah.
Hashtag Darby fears Everest.
Hashtag Darby fears Everest. Start that here, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag Darby fears Everest.
Imagine you're just working at that Broadway show and you see Darby with like a bandage, like broken
all over his face.
I'd have been like, sir, I can't let you in the building.
2 for Mean Girls, please.
Yeah.
Hi.
Can I see the Lion King?
Can I have 2 for the Phantom of the Opera, please?
Yeah, right. I'm in cosplay.
See, I'm in cosplay, just the wrong mask.
He might actually be indestructible. Look at that face.
Yeah. Trigger warning, Alice. Jesus.
I already put the trigger warning out.
We need it again.
Yeah.
That's another Darby picture.
He looks better in that picture than he does the other one.
Damn, that's actually crazy.
No.
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus.
You can't be. Shut your shit off.
I was trying to show
Put it down.
thing.
I'm cutting that the fuck out. There's a reason why I said I didn't want that to be on the show.
No, I know. I was trying to find the other picture of Darby.
That was a really shitty way to do that.
I thought that was the tab. I clicked the wrong tab. Anyways, Fightful also mentions that as of Friday morning, several people in the WWE did not know what brand they were going to be assigned to during the WWE draft. In addition to that, several people in NXT were worried about their roster being picked dry in the draft. Others were concerned about being called up to the main roster without a creative plan in place.
I mean, I don't think NXT will get quote unquote picked apart. I mean, there's only one night of the draft left, and there's still 98% of the main roster left to draft. I think there might be like 2 or 3 more people from NXT, maybe 4 or 5, but I don't think they're going to get like picked apart. I do see the getting caught up without a creative plan, though. That would be a fear if I was in their spot. I 100% get that. But I think they'll be all right, depending on who they draft.
I do not want to see Ilya be paired up with Imperium.
That's what I said.
Right.
I need Ilya and Gunther just to fight. I don't care if it's every night.
Shit out of each other.
Fist fight all over the arenas every chance you get.
Like, I want a Brody King Darby Allin feud between them two.
Just show up at a Hot Topic. Gunther's in a Hot Topic.
Yeah. Motherfucker. They start beating the shit out of each other at Target. Like, yeah.
Yes.
They could
No.
recreate the Booker T Stone Cold scene where they were in the
Yeah.
grocery store.
That's tonight's Rivals episode is Booker T and Stone Cold.
Oh, yeah.
I might watch that one.
Like a men's warehouse.
Yeah.
Like,
They go to Taylor's. They're getting custom fitted for his suit, and Gunther just starts choking
strangling.
Ilya with one of them tape measures. Like,
During Dave's. See, give me the pen. I got this.
Listen, the rack has nothing but respect for Katie and Jack Bo right now, because definitely I felt like Daddy hit Mommy at the dinner table, and y'all are just still eating your meals like nothing happened. I'm very proud of you. Keep going.
We took care of it. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
I know what to do. I'm a professional, damn it.
We just keep rolling. This is a podcast. Ain't nobody gonna watch this video anyway, so I'll cut that part out and pretend movie magic. That never happened.
Like,
What
I
happened?
said I wasn't gonna give that asshat any airtime. I won't once this is. It'll be gone before it ever happened.
there's just I do have a fear that some people will get called up with no plans and they'll get lost in the fold. And instead of them doing the smart business and returning them to NXT, they'll release them.
You mean like they did to Cameron Grimes?
Yeah. I think it's almost if you get drafted from NXT to Raw or SmackDown, it's one of those sink or swim moments. If you can't swim up here, maybe it's time for you to move on. But at the same time, that's a lot to do with the creative team. You got to at least give them a pool to swim in.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yes.
Yes.
Jaxpo, if that is the case, can you explain to me why Natalia is still on my TV every week?
Also true.
She has a picture of someone in a provocative position with a goat.
She's got an NDA. WWE loves those.
She has a time machine and witnessed some shit and had to go change some shit. TC talked all about it.
She does keep getting oddly younger.
And her boobs keep getting bigger, which is
Every injury.
Listen, there is nothing wrong with that.
Every injury, she comes back with a younger face and bigger tits.
Yeah, it's like
I'm jealous.
It's like, you know how like
So does
in the movie
AEW apparently.
Predators, where they mark their forehead after every kill.
Yeah.
Every time she gets a new injury, she gets bigger tits.
I still stand behind Matt Ritter's opinion that Jenny Neidhart is the more superior Neidhart sister.
she is.
She's hot.
Like, just
Ginny,
throwing that out there.
Jim, everyone else, Natalia.
I think that Jim and Jenny are like here, and then Natalia and as far as the Neidhart side of the family goes, at least.
I'll
You need
tell
to go
what,
watch the more
as-
WCW, then that might change your opinion on Jim Neidhart and where he stands in that family.
Oh, not the biggest Neidhart guy?
Listen, Will, again, so when Matt Ritter has to watch things, the rack is sitting in his mind as if he is sitting at a movie theater, also viewing things. Sometimes I fall asleep like Jaxpo does during podcasts. Sometimes,
I'm not asleep.
I haven't, listen, I'm just, anyway,
It's really hot.
sometimes I pay attention, right? And this WCW run for the Neidhart and the Bulldog, not the best, not really entertaining, not worthwhile. Brett realized that Brett hasn't fucked with them since they showed up. He didn't give two shits about them. I'm just saying, and that's family. He chose Lex Luger over his family. Will, what does that
Also
tell
true.
you?
Also true.
Neither here nor there. Allison, I am so sorry for stealing your show. Please.
No, you're good. I do suspect that Natty is going to be spending a lot of time in doing things for NXT, maybe not in front of the cameras, but behind. She posted today, not that long ago. She said it's a picture of the original dungeon, and then she said, "This is the original dungeon at the Hart House where I learned to wrestle. Established in 1953, some of the greatest professional wrestlers in the world learned here under my grandfather. The dungeon, located in a small room in the basement, had wooden walls and an amateur wrestling mat. If you got thrown too hard, your head or feet would go through the ceiling. For those who train there, you learned if you could survive the dungeon, you could survive anything. I've never felt more ready. Hashtag NXT Underground." And then she added WWE NXT. So Natty is going to be invading Matt Ritter's favorite show.
She has already had. She has the scheduled match with the Miami Vice next week. Excited for Miami Vice versus Natalya with no ropes. Shayna Baszler is also coming down. She is training with Miami Vice. She is doing her thing. Carmen Electra is working with what? What is your problem, Katie? Why?
Carmen Petrovich, you were close.
That is what I said. Anyway, she is working with the Natalyas. They're going to do their thing. It is the only time that Matt Ritter has been excited for a Natalya match in the last 10 years. So, let's see what happens.
But I think what she's doing in NXT, I think NXT is a good place for her. I know everybody gives her a lot of hate, but she does have a lot of wisdom that she can share with, younger talent.
Absolutely. There's a lot of things that she can tell them not to do.
Make sure you
A lot of
not
matches of
that
hers
bad.
there was a lot of matches we can watch where they're like, all right, you see this is bad timing, make sure you do better. I agree.
My last one is Jimmy Uso's name wasn't in the draft pools released because he is out with an undisclosed injury, says Fightful. No word on how long Jimmy will be sidelined. I guess that's why they kicked him out of the bloodline.
Speedy recovery, buddy.
Yeah, you just hope for the best and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are dropping like flies.
Yes, Rack?
Did the Rack myth where y'all talked about how Tony Khan said he was Pepsi because he was trying to avoid
No, we have not
fact that he
gotten
was
there
Coke?
yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scouts has lots of injuries this week. There has been a lot of injuries in any company.
Alone.
It sucks. Speedy recovery. Jimmy's a great wrestler. I like him. I just wish that it sucks that he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's all yours? Well, it's the end of the month, so we're gonna knock a couple things out. I've been trying to finesse how I want to do these every month, and I think I figured I'm going to try this one out. Okay. We're going to power through a couple quick things, and then I have a few talking points that I want to ask your opinions on. We're going to power through the quick ones first. First and foremost, we did match of the week. What was your match of the month, guys?
Ospreay Danielson.
Dynasties. I can also
Dynasty
agree. Osprey
feels
Danielson
like-
for sure was my match of the month.
It might be because it just happened and it's still fresh, but that I was very worried and surprised. I thought their styles might have clashed a little bit, but they just went out there and worked.
The Rack really enjoyed the match on the AEW where Mina Thuvari and she made her debut after Mariah Milano had a match, and then they kissed. Big fan of that one.
That was a good one.
That was also a great pick, Rack.
Thank you.
Katie, Al.
Low key, I really liked the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass versus what do they call them?
Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah.
When they unified the trios titles. That was a great match.
It was a really good match. Like, a lot of times we say like the old guys need to hang it up, but like props to Billy Gunn for like being in the actual best shape of his life and like really kind of killing it out there.
He's huge.
He's a big man.
Fucking huge. Like, I still say that every time. When we saw him like in person, face to face, he was a big son of a bitch. And
he's rock status.
Yeah. Like, he's big. Katie, match of the month?
It's Ilya Dragunov, Trick Williams, Spring Breakin' on Tuesday.
That was really good.
Yeah, fantastic match. No wrong answers there. Mine's also Osprey Danielson. I think it was a damn near perfect match. Rack, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, I really thought at least one of the five of you would have been like happy that the story finally finished and you didn't have to hear about it anymore. I thought that would be match of the month because now it's over. So
I never wanted it to be over.
That is a great segue, Rack, because we could talk about your pay-per-view of the month, because it was kind of a two-horse race between Dynasty and WrestleMania. Rebellion was okay. Hard to Kill was tough because you had to wait 6 weeks to watch all of it. What did you guys think was the pay-per-view of the month? Was Cody finishing the story the big enough moment to give it pay-per-view of the month? What do you guys think?
It was WrestleMania. Not
Listen,
biased because I was there or anything, but no, it was definitely WrestleMania.
What's up, ABJ in the house? What's good, family?
It was an overall like better show. Like,
all right, listen. Go ahead, sorry, I did not mean to. Allison, continue. I will address Bridget when you are finished.
For me, it was an overall like better show. So I thought I preferred Mania. I think while Mania was spread out over 2 nights, them starting it earlier, like amazing.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like AEW pay-per-views are so fucking long.
Yep.
Like you don't need 12, 10, 14 matches on a fucking card. Like you just don't.
You don't need Chris Jericho on your card either.
No, you don't need Chris Jericho. You don't need Ric Flair. We haven't seen Flair in a while, but
good.
There are a lot of AEW people we don't need, like Tony Khan. But I digress.
I also agree. WrestleMania was pay-per-view of the month. Rack, I did this every time we've had one of these. Like you and I go to talk at the exact same time.
Well, here was the thing, Will. I said I was gonna let her finish. I didn't say I was gonna let you finish after she finished. You let the woman finish, and then if you get yours, you get yours. That is how this works. Anyway, Bridget, to answer your question, the best thing I can tell you is when this show is over, do not end the show. You need to finish watching the show. You need to finish the story, right? Go to the tab that says YouTube, type in the name Dusty Rhodes, and then watch a promo. This may answer some of your questions. Anyway, pay-per-view of the month. Listen, I understand that idiot Matt Ritter went down to Tennessee and spent some time with some people and had a good time, and this may adjust his feelings. The Rack only got to spend about 5 minutes in Tennessee, and in those 5 minutes, he had Will's meat in his mouth. No other pay-per-view this month did the Rack have Will's meat in his mouth, so no other pay-per-view this month compared to the WrestleMania Night 1.
The WrestleMania.
Love it. I think that was everybody, right? We went through everyone. This is weird, and this might you have to rack your brain a little bit. Superstar of the month. Who do you think had the best month for April? One specific superstar, a tag team, because they won a title, because they lost a title, because they finished a story, started a new one. Who had the best month of April?
Okay, first.
Yeah, absolutely. No order, but I will call names if nobody talks.
I have two. Because like I was like, I need to include a woman because equality. Trick Williams, number one, hands down. Started
That's three
off
right
hot,
off the bat.
Started off hot, stand and deliver, beat Carmelo again in a cage, and then ended April winning the NXT title. A hot month. And then I'm giving it to Toni Storm. She is entertaining me on TV. The whole lesbianish scenario we got going on here with Mariah and Mina and Anna Jay, oddly enough too, like she's getting involved in this. I like it. I'm entertained. I didn't watch Dynasty because I was in no mood to pay $50 and no. But now she's getting an opportunity with Serena Deeb. So I like where this is going. This has been a pretty good month for Tony, in my opinion. Where did he go?
Bo?
I also will go with Trick Williams because he's just from the beginning of this month to the end of this month, he's had this impeccable run. And I'm excited to see where it goes on till next month. But to piggyback off Katie, if I have to go with a women's star of the month, it would be Willow Nightingale.
Ooh, that's a great pick.
Willow.
Like, I think she's finally, it sucks, dude, so bad because I feel like she's going to be used as a transitional champion to Mercedes. But last night, or seeing it live Wednesday, Willow, it might not go that way. Willow might pull it off, and I hope she does because she's worked so hard on the indies. And from what I've never got to meet her in person in like a convention or anything, but from what I understand, she's just as perky and nice outside of the ring as she is inside of it.
She's a precious baby angel.
She is. I love Willow. Al, you got anything for us? Superstar of the month?
So for my ladies, I do want to give it. I want to give it to Rhea because she came out there, fucking murdered it at Mania. Like she is the fucking women's goat. I do love my Charlotte, but I do love Rhea. I think equally. So like, I hope she heals soon. Like I already miss her. And then for men, I also want to give to somebody who is injured and out of the game for a while, Mr. Seth Rollins, who also killed it, wrestled 2 fucking matches, has been wrestling for months with a torn meniscus. Like, to me, like, that is true, like, passion and dedication for what you do, that you're going to go out there and just, like, power through the pain and the hurt. And like the full circle of like the him and Roman story, just like Roman hitting him with that chair. Because that was what year did that happen where Seth hit him?
The Shield was
2015, 2016. That's when they split.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so like 8 years of a fucking okay. So 10 years of a fucking like full circle fucking story, like mint.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Bo, did you go? You said Willow, right?
He said
Willow and Trick.
All right. AJ says 2014. For the Shield turn, that seems early, but sensible. Texting Matt to find out.
Is he coming back?
Yeah, where are you at? For me, my superstar of the month, I think male superstar of the month, I'm going to go to Swerve. We're about to talk about him. He did something real cool, but I think he had that's the story. I'll say that's the story I popped bigger for, was when Swerve got his moment. I know Cody, fantastic story, but I felt like his was a little bit more predictable, because we feel like with AEW's history, like nobody was exactly set in stone. We've seen TK fumble the ball before when it's been right in front of him. You know what I mean? What you need to do is right here, and then he does something else. So I was more certain that Cody was going to finish his story than Swerve finishing his. So when Swerve got that win, that's what made it for me. Cam, you're absolutely right. Superstar of the month. I haven't heard back from Matt yet. Did we do match of the month? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. We're nearing a month on the reign of the American Nightmare. How are you guys feeling about the first month of Cody's reign as Universal Heavyweight Champion?
Have we seen him other than once?
He's got a few promos. He's been on TV every Friday night, and he's wrestled against Carmelo Hayes since WrestleMania.
I think he's getting the big star treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's
Great pick.
Still showing up every week and doing something in some way, shape, or form. That's more than Roman did for 90% of his fucking title reign. So
fair.
I mean, I think they're going back to the little bit of an old school where you're a champion. You're a champion in a match, or having a championship match is going to be few and far between, because he is the spectacle. If you use him weekly, it kind of devalues his what's the word I'm looking for?
Potential. Star power.
But yeah, his star power. I can go see him this week, or I'll see him next week. I'm going to SmackDown not knowing if I'm going to see Cody Rhodes, but I hope to God I do. I don't care if it's in a match or not.
If anything, it'll be a dark match after the fact. He'll show up.
Yeah, he's doing something. I think he's trying to be a champion for the people.
No way.
Yeah, he's the new people's champion.
He is the new people's champion.
Rack, what do you think about Cody's reign, the first month of the American Nightmare?
Listen, Cody is fantastic. Cody is the man. Cody, again, I heard a lot of discussion while sitting in the brain of that idiot Matt Riddle, where everyone's like, well, once he wins the belt, what is he going to do now? Well, now he is going to face AJ Styles. Now we may get Gunther winning the King of the Ring and getting drafted to SmackDown. And then we are going to have basically Rocky IV. We are going to do things. We're going to see things. He is a fighting champion, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to be what Seth Rollins was. And if you enjoyed Seth Rollins, you can enjoy Cody Rhodes. And if you are turning on Cody Rhodes, you are fickle.
Fickle.
Preach, brother, preach.
Also, I let y'all have one segment where I walked away so you all could have the spotlight, and you guys were just begging for the Rack to come back. Jesus
I was
Christ.
just confused why I was just I looked down and
the Rack had things to take care of. He has responsibilities. He has little people running around out of bed that are not supposed to be out of bed.
I have a feeling that's what it was.
A woman upstairs who was fed up and did not want to go in there for the 12th time tonight. So the Rack had to step up and do Matt Ritter's job because he is a better father than Matt Ritter. It is what it is.
Oh my God.
Wow. I do not support that. What's up, Doug? Thanks for stopping by. Doug. Al, did you have anything to say about Cody catching the car?
Catching the car?
Yeah.
Dog catching the car. Yeah. I mean, he deserves I made the comment has he really done anything since? But I mean, he deserves a little mania break. I'm curious to see what they do, how this goes moving forward. What are we gonna do? Who are his opponents gonna be? I know who I'd like to see his opponents to be, but I'd like to see Gunther. I'd like to see, LA Knight finally catch his car. Maybe not win it, but maybe get close. So
Have a good feud.
yeah,
Have him take an L, then go to a no contest and have a blow off match at a big pay-per-view. Like, you can do it right with LA Knight and never let him win the title, but still have a 3-match feud with Cody. Yeah.
I just want to see good stories. Like, I don't care if they're like short little, like, I want to see good TV.
You guys would have hated the territories when they just put two guys in a match because they're wrestlers and they just wrestled each other.
Well, that was wrestling, not sports entertainment.
Hey, we're moving away from sports entertainment, the collective we, as the sport progresses. If WWE doesn't want to be sports entertainment before and want to go back to pro wrestling, I'm fucking here for it. What's wrong, Greg?
What sport are we talking about?
Sports entertainment is
entertainment.
I guess it would be it's not a cognitive adjective. It's a way to describe a series of sports and staged athletic dramas.
Okay, because the Rack know that Matt Ritter watches a TV show every week, and that Will watches community theater every week. Not a sport.
Yeah, that was a whole conversation that happened last night.
And Will loves his community theater. Yes. So is that like, did you go from like single P to DP, or is this like fluffer to PA? What is the equivalent here?
What do you mean?
For the promotion.
Oh, you're talking to Doug.
Did he go from fluffer to PA, or did he go like from single P to DP? Is it a big jump or a little pump? Okay.
DDP?
Dr. Pepper. No free shout outs. Whose house?
Swerve's house.
Swerve caught his car. Swerve beat Samoa Joe, won the AEW title. The first African American person of color to hold the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. This is kind of a two-part question. What did you guys think about Swerve winning the title and having a chance of being that guy? And then, was Swerve the most exciting title change, or was Cody the most exciting title change? Because I think we can all kind of agree it's a two-horse race there again, right? Dynasty and WrestleMania. No? Is there somebody else that I'm missing? Rack? Who? Before we go into the Swerve.
The most exciting title change happened at WrestleMania, but it was neither Cody nor Swerve. It was R-Truth and The Miz winning the tag team titles.
Oh, fair.
It was Damian Priest cashing the Money in the Bank.
Okay.
No, I agree with the Rack.
Okay, so and you said Damian Priest. But what was your most exciting title change then? Fuck me.
Listen, buddy. I was really excited for Cody to win. My most shocking title change was Swerve, because I wanted Swerve to win, but I didn't think they were going to pull it off Joe.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought both of those title changes were like absolutely predictable. Like, we knew they were finally going to give it to Swerve, and we knew they were going to give it to Cody.
If they didn't put it on Swerve, then he should have just left the company, because he had too many opportunities and TK dropped the ball how many times on him?
A million
bazillion.
A milli.
AJ says Willow. Nicole says congratulations, Doug. Again, congratulations, Doug. Okay. Well, my most exciting title change was, I think, Swerve winning as well. But since I was wrong in assuming that it would have been one of those two for everybody, I apologize. Now let's talk about Swerve winning the title then, because I thought that would be a good segue. I thought everybody would be like, yeah, blah, 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 and it would just go together. I was wrong. We did that. Now we'll do this. What did you guys think about Swerve winning the title?
I thought it was... He got his roses, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited that I'm a little biased right now. Got to witness both of what I considered banger fucking matches. Him and Kyle Fletcher went out there and just tore the house down. Like, kind of like that. Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And
he's just pumping iron, ladies and gents.
And then him and Claudio Saturday night had a fucking barn burner. Like, I'm excited to see what Swerve does in this run. I think he's going to be more of a fighting champion, like more hands-on.
I like that. I love a good fighting champion.
Has AEW ever actually had a fighting champion?
No.
Not really.
They try to make Hangman look like that fighting workhorse champion, and they failed miserably.
They unintentionally made MJF story.
Well,
to
let me
do their story.
rephrase.
I would say Moxley.
The women are fighting champions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's all they ever show of the women is those matches.
One of the 2 women's championships.
Right.
Yeah.
But the men haven't really been. So I mean, I'd like to see. Yeah, Mox did because Mox insists on wrestling. I feel like sometimes everybody else just wants to like, I have the belt. I just want to parade around now.
Yeah, I agree with that statement cold-heartedly. I mean, this is a chance for AEW to let Swerve go out and do his thing, and Swerve's not against working indies. You want to elevate that belt a little more? Let Swerve take that bitch everywhere.
CZW in a death
Sure,
match, cage match, and Swerve just fucking goes Joe Gacy style on somebody.
He's done it before. I've seen the footage.
You and I have watched that match. We watched it in the subathon. The Gacy Swerve like cage of death match.
Yeah,
John Wayne?
Yeah, Joe Wayne. Scout says great match. Follow up was trash. He wasn't a fan of the Kyle Fletcher match. Title change we did. Last thing before we plug and go home and reset for getting off. The footage, Perry's return, and a neck brace. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Like, let's talk about it. What do you guys think about the last 7 to 10 days of what AEW has done?
Revenge porn is illegal in all of the states.
Okay, let's get to know. Thank you, Rack.
I'm just saying you are not allowed to release footage of other people without their consent. It is a thing. You should not be doing that. However, if you are going to do it, to use it to make a name for yourself in the business, which Jack Perry apparently, along with the Kokies and the Mathematics and the Nickelbacks and they did the things with the Elite, and then Tony blew the Katsuchi in the ring.
Yep. Oh, yeah, you're right.
It turned out well for them, right? Props to Tony for wearing protection during the NFL draft. Also, Tony, shut the fuck up. Please shut the fuck up.
Yep. I stand by the fact that the footage was not needed.
Also true.
Perry was already kind of over in New Japan and whatever he was doing. It really did nothing. People were like, oh, it's going to prove that CM Punk is a liar. And no, he literally said, I didn't punch anybody. I just choked someone out a little bit. And that's what the footage showed. Like, he didn't lie to people. He just said, he said what he said. He said what happened. So just I feel like the footage was useless. And I think illegal for them doing it because it was happening in London. The neck brace, after you got attacked, good. Sell it. Like I said in the beginning, if you didn't sell it, people, you wanted to insert yourself in this bullshit, wear a goddamn neck brace. And Tony Khan can kiss my ass.
Well played.
Is there anyone here or in the chat that believes that the footage was necessary? And before you answer that, I just want to know how many stupid people we have here. So one. Okay, that's fair.
I'm just kidding. I don't think it was necessary at all. I was watching live with Bo, and we were both shocked that we thought they were going to go into it and do very comedic caricatures, BTE.
Puppets.
Yeah, exactly. Something like
the yarn
bullshit. Yeah, we thought it was going to be bullshit. So when we saw actual footage, me and Bo were both like, oh, fuck. They're actually showing this shit. I was happy they actually showed it personally. I didn't think we were going to get it.
Katie, you cannot Listen, Katie, you cannot combine one controversy with another. You cannot add the yarn bucks to this clusterfuck. That is not how this works.
I mean, but it would have made sense. That's why before, Savannah's the one who said yarn books. I originally just said puppets, like crank anchors style puppets.
That's cool.
Crank
I remember that
anchor
show.
puppets.
So, what was the deal with all that yarn bullshit? So, some lady was like stealing yarn ideas or something. What?
So the yarn bucks scenario is he cuddles his little taker.
Where'd you get that Undertaker there, Rick?
It was gifted to me by a beautiful lady and a man with really tasty meat.
That's right, it was. Goddamn right.
The yarn bucks thing was this girl. No, she's not even a girl. She's like in her 30s. This woman didn't tell anyone, but she bought the Matt and Nick, the yarn bucks, off of another creator who created them.
Uh-huh.
So Christine's the one who stole everything.
Uh-huh.
And then she bought a trademark for the yarn bucks. She bought other like blank yarn dolls off of, I believe her name is Melissa, the original creator, and just paraded everything as her own. I think bought other dolls off of Melissa too and sold them as her own. Oh Lord. And then she just shows up at all these shows, but then has like GoFundMe's for shit. She's weird. If you just like, her Twitter's fucking awful. She's weird.
Scals has tried to explain it to me before. I wasn't really sure. Yeah. So we all kind of agreed the footage wasn't necessary. Perry's more over because of it. And Tony Khan doesn't understand what a neck brace is supposed to do. Like, you're not supposed to do this when you're in a neck brace.
He was dancing with Daniel Garcia after Rampage.
Really? With the neck brace on?
Yeah.
So he couldn't even sell it. Lame sauce. Boo.
He would dance. He would try to do it. Then he'd go, oh, yeah.
Alrighty. We did it. We made it to the end of the episode, everyone. It's been a ride, to say the least.
I found something that I want to share.
Make sure it's the right tab first. And what do you want to share?
Listen, Daddy, Mommy said sorry. Can you please stop hitting her so we can move on with the show?
Oh my God.
So
wow.
Logan,
Just for the record, I've never hit anyone. Just to clarify.
Where did it go? Hang on. I'm trying to make it bigger. I guess I can't. So Logan Paul and his girlfriend did a gender reveal.
Oh yeah, I saw those.
It's okay. Like if it wasn't Logan Paul, like it would be cute. But hang on. Make my thing bigger before
I think we should wake Jack Bo up before we play. Oh, there we go.
Okay,
I'm not asleep. I just turned my head sideways.
he fell asleep again.
I'm just really stoned.
Sleeping on the job.
Oh, you have a wrestling match?
They had a wrestling gender reveal match, yeah.
This is not the whole thing. It's only part of it, but
Who was it? Who were the...
I don't know.
I think they're just two like indie guys.
Indie guys. Yeah. Like that's kind of cool.
Again, if it wasn't Logan Paul.
If it wasn't Logan Paul. Yeah.
That's actually kind of cool. I'll give credit for that. That's low
I
key
might
kind of
get
awesome.
trained just so I can sell myself to go gender. I'll gender reveal wrestle.
You and I can take turns. I'll be the blue, you'll be the pink, and then we can go back and
Yeah,
forth
we'll
match
just
to match.
Yeah, we'll just get trained.
Uh-huh.
Jack Bo, it is gender reveal, not ginger reveal.
Oh,
We're gonna reveal all of
not
that.
the same thing.
That makes total sense now.
It's a great idea, but unfortunately, Logan Paul is a bitch.
Bitch.
So now, after that power of positivity moment, thank you, Al. Katie, I'll let you lead off. Plug yourself live on air in front of everybody.
Of course. You can follow me on Twitter, KatieWrestling13. Link to about to Gal Think She's Showcase. twitch.tv/Cheelate Showcase and youtube.com/Cheelate Showcase. Typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern-ish. It's like 6:15, but 6:15 is more to say, so I say 6-ish. I wrote a thing about Chad Gable because Chad Gable is never the bad guy. So that's in the link tree in my bio on my Twitter if you want to go read that. And getting off is later tonight, but I think the Rack can talk about that when he gets the chance. I do things, so go check it out.
I do things.
I read your Gable piece. I told Al while we were riding in the car. I said I like it. Like I told her specifically while I read it. I was like, I like Katie's work.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm not just saying it on air to make your head big. Like I legitimately
No,
did
he
it
did.
in the real world. Like when I read it. Rack, do you want to plug the Warden live on air?
Listen, the only plugging we do for the Warden is with a butt plug. Ladies and gentlemen, finally the Rack has come back to Botched Spots and Share Shot. Thank you for allowing me to join you, Allison. I apologize for fucking up everything that you enjoy and love and created with the help of Will. However, if you would like to ride the Matt Ritter train like most men and maybe one or two women would, you can follow him at Matt Ritter. That is at MATTRIDDE on the Twitter. At Getting Off, it is the show that the Rack is hosting, possibly taking over. Katie is very excited about it, so come check it out. Twitch.tv/Creation World, YouTube.com/Creation World. In roughly 1 hour and 11 minutes, you can find us there talking about the Devils and the Rejects and the House of 1,000 cornholes, and then three from holes or whatever those. Rob Zombie did movies, and we're going to talk about them. It's going to be a good time. Yeah, 3 holes. Who doesn't like 3 holes? So come check that out. Enjoy it. I will be there to entertain you. Thank you all for voting for me to host this show. So Katie can't get mad at me for doing it because it was popular demand.
Thanks,
do those things. Follow him on Twitter and he's smacking it raw other places. Don't worry about the G.
Bo, your turn.
Yeah, you can find me here every Sunday for Botched Spots and Chair Shots. Very soon, one more week. Not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday I'll be back on NXT on Tap over on Off the Top Media. Follow me on Twitter at Jacksbo2020. Hit the link tree, find all my shit, my merch. That's all I got.
Jacksbo, I understand that you do a show called Boyfriend Time. Is that correct?
Yes, I do.
I understand that you invited that idiot Matt Ritter and then canceled on him because you did not want to hang out with him, but I know you probably want to hang out with the Rack. So if you want to DM the Rack to come on Boyfriend Time, the Rack would be more than happy to get intimate with you and your co-host.
I would love to see the Rack and John. Yes.
Jesus.
Let's make that happen.
Jesus. I have ideas now.
Oh, God, I can't wait for that. Al, it's your turn.
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at JustAGirl918. Not really doing a whole lot these days because I'm busy as fuck, but I'll get back to the things eventually.
You have a full-time job. You have a part-time job as a white label marketer, and you have a part-time job running a podcast network with a bunch of pirates.
No, that's a full-time job.
And that's a full-time. Just keeping us in line is a full-time job, not actually doing any of the stuff you actually did for us. That's the 4 of you, so now it's my turn. I'm going to make this quick but articulate and to the point. First and foremost, you can follow us anywhere you do anything on the internet. Like, follow, subscribe, unsubscribe, all of it. Facebook, Instagram, iHeartRadio, you have all the options. If you look in the descriptions down below on Twitch or YouTube, one is a Discord link. That link will give you a direct link to all the Botched Spots and Share Shots Rivet City Radio, off the top hosts, producers, and characters and content creators and all that nonsense. There is another link for my Spreadshirt. What that is your Botched Spots and Share Shots and off the top media merch link. You can buy your shirts and your hats and your fanny packs and your boxers with Bo's face on them, whatever you want. It's amazing. There are 2 things that you can do that the lifebloods of Rivet City Radio. First and foremost is Amazon Prime. With Prime, you get a Prime gaming subscription. Go to your computer and use it. You can give it to any content creator that takes subs. That's us at Rivet City Radio, Off the Top Media, Creation World, Elite Showcase. Give it to the Wolfpack Podcast. Give it to any of my friends. As long as Jeff Bezos doesn't get it, he has too much money. Patreon.com/Rivet City Radio. You can go there and get ad-free playback of all the shows. The Up and Smoke Cinema Club watch along, delicious as fuck cookbook, articles, all the news, all the shit. Guys, whew, it was a fun episode. Y'all got anything to say for the class before I talk real fast?
No.
No? Well, but now, as we close another episode of Botched Spots and Share Shots, I'll take a minute. Thank you for listening. Remind you to go wherever you do anything on the internet, like, follow, subscribe, unsubscribe, then subscribe again. Leave a comment telling me that the Rack has an open invite to come back whenever he wants, and that Katie is one of my favorite guests of all time. Either way, it helps the algorithm and helps find new listeners. If you're really, really generous to be one of the VIP people, head over to patreon.com and the Red City Radio Podcast Network. You get some fantastic swag. We get some fantastic guests. It's a win-win for the Rack, for the Shaman of Shealy, Katie Kinsey, for everybody's favorite Ginger Ninja Jacksbo, and for the Boss Bitch Al. I am the Will Gray. Thanks for stopping by and listening, my people.